Back inside the Adamson University Gym in San Marcelino for a matchup between the UPIS Fighting Maroons and the National University. Back to how it was like or how it looked in set number 1. The other end for Coach Hans Chiwakuko, it's still the same players. So let's see if the trend that started in the first set will continue here in this matchup. Jeff Gallego will be serving. Jeff is one of the taller setters that we have in UAAP High School Boys Volleyball, which should be no surprise, especially when you look at him as a setter of NU, because the collegiate program also features a tall and talented setter who goes by the name Joshua Retamar. Lefty hit there for Cart Lascuña. Gallego serves again. Straight to the back. Rabi onto J.M. Navarro. The ball was blocked, but it sailed straight onto the antenna, which means it's outside in favor of this guy, Lawrence Rabi, and the rest of UPIS. Service now for Mr. Rabi. Attack from the middle. Looks like Lascuña got the ball off of the hands of a UPIS blocker. Ooh, an error though from the service line for Cart Lascuña. But as you can see, Coach Edgar Baroga is looking oh so calm at the sideline. Back with UPIS. It's Raven Pascual. Straight onto Sherwin Retiro. That's Matthew Abbott who scores. Three to 2. Glention sending it onto Parungao. And that's another point for NU. By the way, let me check what I just said. No, it wasn't Parungao who received the ball. It was Japet Masabar. Nevertheless, here's the back set. And Jeff Gallego was able to find Irilis Kasim. Rabi will give it up onto J.M. Navarro. That didn't work for UPIS. Ooh, a miss hit by Kasim. But obviously, that wasn't an easy set to receive. It's usually when you have to twist your body that indicates it's not the easiest of setups. Rabi They open up, and it will work for UPIS. That was Japet Casabar with the point. UPIS keeping it tight here in set number 3. We're tied at 4. That's a nice receive. And the drop by Eager. The connection between those two players, Jeff Gallego and Miguel Eager, is just so wonderful. You know, it might not have been the best in terms of setups in that play, but it still worked for them. And I did talk to Miguel Eager about his tandem with Jeff Gallego. And he shared to me that before, they would even have arguments on the court, no? Hindi maganda yung connection nila. Hindi pa masyadong maayos yung chemistry nila. But through time, these types of things can happen. Just because they've been working together. That's a much better give by Jeff. Onto the slide by the half Austrian, half Filipino, who hails from Puerto Princesa. Service error. That's by Irilis Kasim. And so, it still is a tight game. 5 serving 6. Let's see if you can, or if we can see another deadlock provided to us by UPIS as Arif Gamon just served. Ball returned, but it went out. That's a point for NU. It seems like we're going to see a change. Kasim will check out, and their backup center will return. That's Kalel Ronquillo. This is going to be interesting. We have Ronquillo and Gallego working together now. So we have 2 setters on the court for NU. Ooh. Oh, wow. So that's the purpose of it. It's Jeff Gallego who gets the attack point. Okay. Very interesting. That answers all of our questions. Let's see if Jeff Gallego can continue scoring for NU. As now it's Matthew Abbott who just scored a point with an ace. And there's the reaction from Coach Charles or from Coach Hans Chuapuco. 9-5. Matthew sends it in. Rabi, back row. JM Navarro, well deflected, and a good chance for the guys in white. And when you have 2 setters, it makes attacking so easy. What an interesting dynamic for National University. 9 serving 5. Let me check that. It's now 10 serving 5. Matthew Abbott. Service ace. Make it 11-5 now in set number 3. Timeout, Coach Hans. We shall continue. It's a 6-point advantage for Matthew Abbott and the rest of NU. Misreceived there by Marco Bamba. Leading onto a point for the guys in white again. Tough chase for Lawrence Rabi. Had to go straight to the back row to at least save the sequence to no avail. Abbott serves again. Better receive. Back row. Blockers were there. And here's the Cunha. Tough save by JM Navarro. Ooh, what a dive. Great effort by UPIS. A chance ball for NU though. And the effort is all worth it. As Coach Hans' team gets the point. I hope we can get a camera on him right now. He's turning red. Just feeling oh so proud because of that sequence Couple of saves from the guys in black and maroon, leading on to an error by Cart Lascuna. 6 serving 12. Service in. Abot with the first ball and a quick counter. It's Miguel Eager with the point. Quick one at that. 13 serving 6. This receive, service ace. Lead extended to 8 points now. That's Miguel Eager. And Lascuna will sub out. Pasok dito si Juan Mendoza, who was actually a staple in the starting lineup for Coach Edgar Baroga in the first round. And again, as I described the second unit of NU, they're basically the same high caliber. As JM Navarro just scored for UPIS. We've seen a couple of back row hits now in this game. It's usually those two options. It's either JM Navarro or Japet Casavar attacking for UPIS. Japet will now be serving for them. They're down by 7 in set number 3. Ball in. Received by the libero. Ooh, Juan Mendoza. Against two blockers, he scores. More power displayed right there by the younger Mendoza brother. Now here's Jeff Gallego. Rabi to the left pin. That's long. And no check at all. (16-7) now. Gallego will send that ball in. Rabi back to Navarro. This time it's wide. Can't be over aggressive if you're JM. Have to stay calculated. No chance just letting his players do their thing on the court. Ardizabal, by the way, just returned for NU. See what David can do here in set number 3. We saw him in set 2 alongside Juan Mendoza. Ooh! This time the setup onto Jeff Gallego doesn't work. Jeff has done a splendid job in this game in terms of setting things up for his teammates, but now it's his turn to attack. 8-17. Lawrence Rabi. Ball up by Juan Mendoza. Here's Jeff again. 2 straight mistakes. And it looks like he's going to be replaced. Are we going to see it now? It looks like this cannot happen. Akaak will not be able to replace Ronquillo. And so, the lineup shall remain the same for NU Nazareth School.
Okay. Sabi ni Coach, ha?
Our first referee just had a word with the team captain himself, Jeff Gallego. There's not much of an issue here. We shall continue. Coach Edgar also was able to let it go already. So we shall witness that serve by Lawrence Rabi. And the quick counter by Ardizabal. We've seen that a lot of times already in this game. When NU needs a point, they usually do it in a fast manner. 18-9. Rabi giving it up. Back row hit. That doesn't work for Japet Casabar. 10-point advantage now. Here's Juan Mendoza. Sharp serve. Wow. That ball was perfectly targeted. Look at that trajectory. It was that sharp. Chance ball on the other end. 1-2. Sabi ng isa pang set ng ako naman ang pupuntos. It's Kalel Ronquillo with the first 1-2 in this match, by the way. Straight to the hole in the middle. Juan Mendoza serves, and it's an ace. .22 serving 9. Better received that time by Japet Casabar. And it leads onto a point from the left pin. The attacker was JM Navarro. Now we have a double sub. Oh, just one substitution. Marcos Bamba returns for Pascual. And the libero checks out as Marco Maramag returned for UPIS. So Marcos will be serving. It's 10-22. Ooh, Charles Panessa going cross court, and then he walked it off as if nothing happened. There's the hit. He's actually known for a certain type of celebration. He looks at the camera and he points at it when he scores a hammer. Let's see if we'll be able to witness that before this match ends. We're only 2 points away. Jem Navarro gets a point though for UPIS. Strong hit straight to the back, causing a scramble in the defense. 12-point disadvantage for UPIS. Ball way up. And here's Charles again. Off speed. There's the signature walk off. No point to the camera, but still a nice way for him to let everybody know he just scored a point. We have 13 match points now for NU. Ball straight to the back. Push by JM. Chance ball. Will this be the finisher? And the answer is yes. Who else? It's the guy who started as a setter, but he ended the match as an attacker. Team captain, Jeff Gallego, finishing on that combination play. So he has 2 attack points in this game. One can assume that it was a reward by Coach Edgar himself as to the wonderful setting by the leader of NU Nazareth School. So folks, that is win number 9 in the season for the Bullpups against 2 losses. And for UPIS, they lose their 10th straight game. UAP season 86. Some highlights, Carlos Cunha able to get himself going time and time again. That's between sets 1 and 3. On the other end, it's been all, as usual, Japet Casabar and JM Navarro as the attackers of UPIS. Great setting by Jeff Gallego, able to utilize most of his attackers. At some point in set number 2, he was needed by NU to gain control once more. That's his first attack point as he transitioned onto being an attacker for the guys in white in this game. And then, of course, the game winner as well. We're back inside the Adamson University gym as we wrap up this game between NU Nazareth School and UPIS. NU wins it in 3 straight sets, 25-8, 25-13, and 25-11. Now, we actually have our best player sitting beside me right now. I've been having this theory all game long that because of his wonderful setting in the first 2 sets of this matchup, he was rewarded by being an attacker naman in set number 3 for Coach Edgar Baroga. And just so everybody knows, no, Jeff Gallego was actually a utility spiker last year. Is that right?
Yes po.
For NU Nazareth. So, tanong ko sa'yo, nung set 3 at nakita mong pinasok na yung pangalawang setter ninyo, which means doon ka na sa opposite side, no?
Yes po.
Ano yung pakiramdam mo nun?
Actually po, tuwang-tuwa ako kasi gusto ko rin po pumalo para makatulong din sa teammate ko. And kasi yun din yung yung isang parang pinofocus ko pagdating ng college, yung maging UT. So kaya parang nabigla din ako na ginawa kong utility ni Coach Edgar.
Pero since nag-UT ka na, nag-setter ka na, kung papapiliin lang kita ng isang posisyon sa college, kung ikaw yung may choice, ano pipiliin mo?
I think setter po.
Setter pa rin talaga. Well, you are one of the taller setters that we have. And obviously, NU in the college ranks may Joshua Retamar. Ikaw ba, nakikita mo bang idolo din si Joshua Retamar? Mukha bang susundan mo yung yapak niya?
And and I hope na maging improve pa yung skills ko na kagaya kay Retamar.
Okay, so congratulations for your win in this game, Jeff. Ang tanong ko, dahil hindi pa tapos, no? Hindi pa tapos, of course, gusto ninyo may panalo ang championship. Ano pa yung kailangang itrabaho ng NU as you finish the season?
I think more double time pa sa training, and I think sa disiplina na lang sa sarili. Then I think sa sa pag-focus sa training, and wala na munang ibang gagawin kung sa training. So bali mag-focus ka sa training mo kung anong ginagawa, kung anong pinapagawa ng coach mo sa'yo. And kailangan namin mag-double time kasi nga dahil natalo kami ng FEU. So kailangan namin bumawi, kailangan bumangon.
Oh, lalo na ngayon, patapos na yung second round natin at
Yes,
papasok tayo ng Final Four. Okay, Jeff, ngayon bibigyan na kita ng oras para bumati sa mga gusto mong batiin.
Una-una po, binabati ko po yung coach ko po, si Coach Edgar, and yung coach ko po sa Negros, and yung jowa ko po na si Carla, and sa family ko po na si Mama at si Papa na nanonood, and sa mga teammates ko, tsaka sa mga sumusuporta sa NUBVT. Salamat po.
Okay, congratulations, Jeff. Thank you,
Thank you
for
po.
giving us your time.
Thank you
Pangalawang
po.
interview na natin kasama si
Yes po.
Jeff.
Official wrap-up.
We resume your coverage of UAB High School Volleyball inside the Adamson University gym as we feature 2 of our top scorers in this league. JJ Macam of the top-seeded UE Red Warriors going up against Mario Rojas of Villasal Zobel. These 2 players obviously have dazzled everybody watching the high school ranks all season long, and today they will go up against each other as they try to claim another victory in our tournament so far. Thank you for joining us on Filipinas Live. This is Mix Gomez at your service. And for the UE Red Warriors, they are a team that obviously lost last week against USC, but they were able to bounce back against against one of the contenders that we have in FEU in Season 86. On the other end, for De La Salle Zobel, they were able to escape in 5 sets against UPIS in their previous game here in our tournament. So that was definitely very impressive on their side. Why don't we keep on talking about our team standings, especially after the victories that we were able to witness earlier today. UE is still on top at 9-1. NU right behind them with a record of 9-2. FEU's number 3, UST at number 4. Adamson, they've fallen down to 5-6, so now they're in trouble of being tied with De La Salle Zobel if the junior Spikers win in today's matchup against the number 1 seeded team. It's going to be very interesting as we are in the second round of our high school volleyball action. And there you see the one and the only Coach Rafi Mosuela, who obviously is a known name as a libero in Philippine volleyball, but he is the head coach this time around for the UE Junior Red Warriors. He actually has a son in Ralph Mosuela who will be starting for them in today's ball game. But I'd like to highlight 2 other players who are wearing white and red respectively in today's game. First off, we have the guy wearing red, Anril Cuadra, their co-captain and who is their most vocal leader as well. I asked him about his communication skills on the court, where he actually learned them, no? And his answer was his head coach himself. Ang kanyang iniidolo ay si Coach Rafi Mosuela himself. Di na nalayo, no? And he's teaming up with this guy, Clarence Guianan, who apparently is the daughter or is the son of the former UP player in Penelope Atip. Shout out to Mommy Pen, who obviously has supported his her son all his life, no? Ang sabi sa atin ni Clarence, disiplina ang kanyang pinaka natutunan mula sa kanyang ina. She's been very strict with him, but obviously because of her guidance, he's come a long way as a grade 10 player, by the way, in the UAAP. So he still has 2 more years playing under Coach Rafi Mosuela if he stays with University of the East. Now let's transition to the team from Alabang, De La Salle Zobel, who is under one of the more silent coaches that we have in the UAAP, Coach Ronnie Gakula, who obviously leads by example. And you know that when he talks, you really have to listen to him because of just, you know, how silent he is at the sidelines. You won't even get many reaction from him as we go through the games. A couple of players to talk about. Besides Christopher Paliega, who has already returned from an ankle injury, I'd like to highlight a middle blocker and their libero, their starting libero. No? That's Juan Papa, who goes by the name of Antonio as well. Well, he played volleyball, or he started playing the sport just last year. And it actually happened in Boracay, no less, where his mom just invited him to play beach volleyball with a couple of locals in that area. His mom, who apparently played for De La Salle as well back in the day, no, with even international experience on her belt. So it's been great in terms of him fulfilling his libero duties, teaming up with this guy in Philippe Talents, who goes by the name of John as well, who also started playing volleyball last year. But this time, we don't give credit to his mom. We give credit to one of his friends, who goes by the name of Joaquin Arce. Joaquin actually saw Philippe, and he told him, when they were playing in their intramurals, you're tall enough to actually play volleyball, so why don't you try out? And eventually, it worked out for him. That's why Philippe Talents has been showing us his skills that he has developed throughout 2 years now here, or actually it's just been a year for Philippe Talents. He's certainly come a long way in his volleyball career. Let's see what he can do against the taller UE Spikers.